Spicer just said he believes there will be a vote. He believes that they will win that vote. Right now, we're joined by Illinois Congressman John Shimkus, who's stepped out of the current proceedings there to give us a call. Congressman, how are you?
I'm doing fine. No, that's breaking news to me, so I'm glad you were following that Sean Spicer announcement.
He just said that a minute ago. He thought there was going to be he feels confident there will be a vote today and they'll win. What are you hearing on your end?
I'm hearing, it's just, I've been through these things many, many times, and if you're not in leadership or not in what we call the whip organization, or they're not asking you to help. Now, I've been asked to help talk to some people, but most of us are kind of just waiting to be called to vote. So
really?
Yeah. I mean, we're not gathering as a big group debating the merits. Right now what's going on is they're trying to corral, trying to get to 216. And those who say they're not, they're trying to figure out why and how can they get them to vote yes. And this is really an interesting process because people are still all over the map. We still think this is a binary choice between whether you're going to support Donald Trump or Nancy Pelosi. I think it's pretty simple. That's the choice we have in front of us. But people are trying to create it more or less than what it is. And I'm going to support Donald Trump on this one.
Right. I want to play part of a report that was on Fox this morning where the reporter discussed some of the changes that conservatives were looking for in this bill. And I'd like to get your comments on whether or not you understand what he's talking about. Hang on just a moment, because I'm not sure that I did, but hold on. Here we go.
A big stumbling block, of course, has been opposition from the Freedom Caucus. They want big changes to the regulatory framework of the new American Health Care Act, including so-called essential benefits that were mandated by Obamacare and other regulatory items, which the current version of this bill leaves intact. You see there House Freedom Caucus member Jim Jordan. He was on our air just a short time ago. Here's what he said about it all.
So Jordan said they're still, it's not perfect. There's still some changes they're looking for. What's he talking about with these regulations that remain intact?
Well, that's a good question, and unfortunately, it kind of segues us back into our last conversation, essential benefits. So what people first don't understand is that what we're not talking about is changing the law that says 24-year-old male and a 24-year-old female, they can't be charged differently. Okay, that's still the law of the land. However, then the question is, do what you offer to sell the 24-year-old male have to be the same thing you offer to sell to the 24-year-old female? And quote unquote under the essential health benefits,
the answer is
yes.
Yeah, okay.
But common sense says no. Now, I'm not sure if you're still going to charge them the same. Why is there a difference? But there's some people who believe that'll be a more vibrant market if you allow people to purchase what they need versus what they'll never use.
Well, you and I talked about this, and I think you took a little heat from some quarters over it the last time you were on this show. Because you argued logically, in my opinion, that if you're 65 years old, why would you need prenatal coverage? I'm just having. I thought we were jettisoning all that, or that Tom Price might be able to get rid of that from a regulatory standpoint. But you're telling me that it's law, then that's something Congress needs to work on, right?
That's right. Well, and I think that this repeal and replace allows us to start doing this. I'm not sure why the Freedom Caucus says, because the plan is not to, and that's what my debate in the 27-minute power markup was, that when you talk about a cafeteria plan where people can pick and choose the coverage that they need,
right? That
flexibility, that's not always the same as the essential health benefits.
I see.
The essential health benefits are the things that say you must have, and there's 10, and some of those 10 are some of the items you just mentioned that some people, based upon their age, doesn't have to have as their personal essential health benefit.
See, it strikes me, Congressman, that in and of itself would drive up premiums.
Oh, essential health benefit for one policy that everyone has to be under, whether they're going to,
right.
There's no doubt that, and remember, we're talking about there's a lot of different debates in this healthcare arena. This is the individual market debate, and the statistics are true. I mean, across the nation, everyone in the individual market had on average a 25% increase in their premiums. Out of the 23 co-ops, individual co-ops, 18 went bankrupt. I mean, as I said on the floor this morning, Obamacare is spiraling out of control, and this is a rescue mission.
Do you believe that if this plan passes, the American Health Care Act, and it doesn't include changes to those essential benefits, that that's what will be addressed next? Or do you think that the thinking is among leadership, we're just going to leave that alone? Because I think that's got to be talked about.
Yeah, there's essential health benefits, and then there's the flexibility of plans being offered. What we really want to do is more insurance companies get back in the individual market.
Right.
And right now they're not. And we think the basic foundation of this bill will help them do that, because you're easing up a lot of other issues except for these 10 essential health benefits. And I'm comfortable whether it's there or not. But you got things that Dr. Price can do, and the third bucket is we're going to start moving on purchasing across state lines, catastrophic pools, having associated health plans, and those things. Those will take 60 votes. But again, we think in a political world, trying to give people more choices, that's going to be very appealing to some senators who are in red states.
All right. So if you and I spend a day at the track over there in your congressional district, in the 15th district, and one horse was there will be a vote and the other horse is there won't be a vote, which one would you bet on today?
And how long is the race?
Mile and a quarter.
I would say I think either today or tomorrow I would give it out of 0 to 10 an 8.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Now, before I let you get off the phone, because of the controversy that has arisen, I think he did the right thing with Congressman Nunes going to the president with this information on surveillance. What's your take on that?
Well, I've always said, and I just followed this periphery, and I know Devin, and I know even Adam, his Democrat partner, his co-chairman, or whatever his official title is. They're both honorable guys, very respectful. I've always said in this debate, kind of where there's smoke, there's fire. If there's incidental contact, if you got a guy like Flynn who can't survive confirmation because of contacts with Russians, and FBI is surveilling him, could there be incidental gathering? Of course, I don't think that's far. I don't think that's a crazy view, and I guess that's what Devin told the president. So it just kind of confirms the fact that if you're surveilling one person, that guy's kind of in your building, they may be picking up other stuff.
I heard Senator McCain, and I don't think I heard Senator Graham, but Senator McCain's now calling for a special prosecutor. Do you think that's necessary?
I'm not now.
No.
Maybe, but I'm not. I think the committees are doing their work.
Excellent. Congressman John Shimkus, listen, I really appreciate the update. I wanted to find out what was going on up there in Capitol Hill, and if you find out anything about a vote in the next couple hours, let us know, would you?
Well, likewise, I'll stay tuned, and if you have some breaking news.
I'll text Jordan if I find out anything. How about that?
Okay, very good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, bye.
All right, take care of yourself. Congressman John Shimkus, cordial and nice enough to give us a phone call today from the middle of what is obviously a busy afternoon in the Capitol. Well, you heard him. He thinks he'd give it on a scale of 1 to 10 an 8, that there will be a vote either today or tomorrow, but apparently leadership is playing its cards kind of close to the vest. Do you ever watch House of Cards, Rose? Have you watched that show?
Yes.
So do you remember early on when Frank was I think he was the vice president.
Okay.
And he had to come back into the speaker's office, and they were trying to round up votes for some health care plan or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they had this big dry erase board in the office, and they had names written next to it and crosses and circles.
Yes.
And you have to wonder if something like that's going on somewhere in Washington right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got to get to so-and-so, call him up, you
Yes.
know, threaten to pull something from his district or give him something. We got to get that vote. You kind of wonder if that's what's going on up there.
Oh, yeah.
A little horse trading, I'm thinking. Absolutely. All right, I'll get to your phone calls, 314-969-9797. John, hold the line. I'll get to you in a minute. And we're going to talk more about the British terror attack, because some more information's come out, long overdue, but I think that was because they're just too politically correct. And we'll also give away a couple of Jimmy Buffett tickets in just a few minutes. Stick around. You're listening to The Marc Cox Show.
Trump here. If I haven't insulted you yet, stick around, you hockey puck.
You're listening to The Marc Cox Show.
Log on to 971talk.com/Allman and you can watch the show live on the Arrowhead Building Supply Studio Cam. Use your mobile device or computer to join the All in the Morning live stream. Arrowhead Building Supply Studio Cam, 971talk.com/Allman.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly. The Home Loan Expert is a mortgage bank. That gives us a huge advantage over the brokers because we underwrite our own conventional and FHA loans. What does that mean for you? Lower rates and faster turn times. Although we now have that big bank lending platform, our customer-first approach hasn't changed from when I first started knocking on doors signing up loans. In fact, we'll still come to your home or office if you can't come to us. Apply online today at thehomeloanexpert.com. Missouri Residential Mortgage Licensee. The Home Loan Expert, LLC.
Well, I don't know about you, but I love it if I get a warning and then I have to use it and it works as promised, because that's what the company is promising you. So at Rhino Shield, here's